I am at the Kinglet Lake trailhead, getting ready to head out not only to Kinglet Lake, but also to do Tuff Ridge. So you can't really see it. It's in behind here. So kind of go over that promontory, and then behind is the lake, and then the ridge starts just right there in that far mountain. And then so a loop and then come back around. It's about 14 and a half kilometers from point to point. So I'm hoping to get it done in a decent amount of time. There's a storm rolling in this afternoon that I want to try and get ahead of. I was thinking of going and doing a little bit of fishing at the lake before I continued up to Tuff, but yeah, I don't want to get caught up on the ridge when the storm comes in. So I'm just gonna grab a little bite to eat here. I actually camped overnight. I got here late, I slept in the car. It's 6 o'clock in the morning right now. I'll get some fuel in my belly, and then we'll be on the trail. That'll wake you up in the morning. Whew, Tim Hortons instant coffee. It tastes nothing like Tim Hortons. But it'll get me up to the top. That's for sure. Seven o'clock. Getting ready now. It's heading onto the trail. See how long it's going to take me to get back. Shooting for 1 o'clock at the latest. I think most people can do the loop in 6 hours. I'm really going to try and shoot for 5. But we'll see. But yeah, let's get into it. It is steep, folks. Don't let the camera angle fool you. This hill is no joke. Yeah, this climb to Kinglet Lake, never mind all the way up to Tuff, is a killer. If you were to use geometry, take all the inclines and the plateaus out of the equation, from trailhead to the lake and to the top of the ridge, it's a 15% grade. When you get the inclines and the plateaus in there, Like this section I'm doing right now is probably closer to 30. This will go on, this 25 to 30 degree grade will go on for probably another kilometer. No joke. And then there's a little bit of a plateau for about 50 feet. And then there's another 25 to 30% grade for another kilometer, maybe 3/4 of a kilometer. And then you finally hit a promontory. And it's at that plateau, that promontory where the trail forks left the Kinglet Lake or right up to Tuff Ridge. Most people, if they do the ridge, they will hang a right at the fork, climb and get up on the ridge. It's more of a gradual climb. And then when you get to the west part of the ridge, at its highest point, then it's kind of like you scramble down some scree to get to the lake. I'm gonna do it the stupid way, just because that's just who I am. I'm gonna go to Kinglet Lake, steep all the way. I'm gonna climb the scree up to the highest point of the ridge, and then from there, the plan is to run all the way back. I made it to the promontory. It's a little bit of a reprieve. I got a good shot here. So that there is Normandy Peak. That's the mountain that I camped underneath in the wintertime. And then just in that crevasse right there, if you go in behind this mountain right there, is Farley Lake. From the Siffler Falls trailhead, it's probably about, I'll say 13, 14 kilometers to the lake from there. So Farley Lake used to be called Mud Lake because it loses its water throughout the summer season. So if you get there too late, there's not much water left. But having said that, if you get there too early, because it's so high, you'll have a decent hike all the way up till you're about 200 meters or so from the lake, and there's still going to be a few feet of snow there. So it's actually called Goldilocks Lake because you have to get there when it's just right. So another point of reference, so that's Tuff Ridge right there that I'll be doing. And then just over top of this mountain on the other side is Landslide Lake. So we'll be going there this year as well, but we'll be going from a different access point that is located over that way, right where the Klein River crosses the David Thompson Highway. So we'll be coming up to the fork right away. The sun's just starting to break through. You can see the sun hitting those peaks over there. It's going to be got some blue sky there, but it's going to be a pretty hit and miss day. Mostly cloudy. And like I said earlier, by 2 or 3 in the afternoon, the forecast is showers will be rolling in, which means that probably at Tuff Ridge there, it's 8,200 feet. That rain would probably be snow. So I definitely don't want to be up there. Yeah, here's the fork. You see the sign. So Kinglet Lake, trying to get my bearings here. It should be right there. Just in behind that little knoll there, that little That little peak right there. Still a bit of a slog to go. So I thought I'd point this out while it's in view. So we're gonna actually go down here, and there's a creek, you could probably hear it. And then we come up here, around, and then see where that clear spot is? We climb that all the way to here, and then we go into the lake. So that's the steepest section right there. That is like crazy, crazy steep. I'll bring you along for the struggle. Stay tuned. Made it past the creek. Now it's a slog again. Little forest section here now, just after the creek. It doesn't last long. It's welcomed on a hot day, I can tell you that. Unfortunately, yeah, we're almost out of it already. Then we're in the steepest part. Just about out of the forest here, to that exposed slope that I pointed out earlier. Got some neat little formations right there. And surprise, surprise, up we go. There's formations. All right. So just some perspective on how steep it is. That's the grade. You see? That's almost 45, guys. I got my step counter going on my phone. I forgot my charger, so I didn't put my GPS on, but if you can see that 15 times goal. So to this point here, that's 150 flights. All right, I'm almost at the plateau where the lake is. The north-facing slope here still has snow. Not surprising. Back in 2018, I came out here with my two boys in June, very beginning of June. And because the slope all the way up here is south-facing, it was there's no snow. When we got to the lake, we couldn't get there. We couldn't make it to the lake. We got basically to where we could see the sign. indicating that we were at Kinglet Lake, which was, you can see it was probably about 75 feet. So we had to ultimately turn back. A little disappointment. What you run into in the mountains, you just never know what you're going to get. We're almost at the lake, not only from being familiar with the area, but I could smell bacon. Well, we made it to the lake. No surprise, still a lot of snow up here. Coming up to the sign. So yeah, we couldn't get past this point back in 2018. You can see the sign is so close. And we had to turn away. So there's a fire going on here, bacon cooking. Probably see them out fly fishing on the lake. That's new. Put in bear lockers. Nice. So I ran into a couple guys. They said that they could see the trail going up the Tuff Puff. There's a lot of snow up here. They said that a group came actually down the other way. So if they can come down, I can go up. Just gonna take a break here, have some water, and then continue on. Guys, just about to sit down. There's a marmot staring right at me in the rocks here. Okay, that's where we're going. You can see the trail right there. And it's gonna head all the way up. So that right there is the start of the ridge. Oh. There's no discernible path to get up to the ridge. It's still covered in snow, so I've been bushwhacking, going over the snowpack here. It's it's probably like 5 feet deep here, but thank goodness it's hard. I'm just walking on top of it. Just trying to get to this dry stuff, and I think I can get up on top of this small ledge, and that'll take me right to the ridge. So what a view. What a view. I'm just climbing a scree now. Super steep, unsure footing. I don't even know if I'm going the right direction. I can't see any cairns or anything that point the direction. I know the point I'm trying to get to. So as long as I stay on point. So there's the peak. I gotta go to the right of it. Somewhere right around there, I think. I go up there or there. Well, we made the ridge. 3 hours, 20 minutes. Wow. Wow. So, right down here, it's 2 o'clock creek. And then this is 2 o'clock ridge, which is another ridge hike. Oh, yes. Just went through this section right here. Super sketch, man. Super sketch. There's like no room for error. Drop off, you had to go around a ledge. So if you're afraid of heights or if the weather's bad, it's getting past this little crag right here. Yeah, it is super dicey, but beautiful, but dicey. Now it seems to be free sailing. made it to the fork. Coming down the Tuff Puff way. Oh, almost there. Just getting back to the trailhead. 5.5 hours. What a hike. That was one for the books. Oh, I'm gonna feel this one tomorrow.